Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another video off the beaten path. So today we're going to be working on our water system. So we have our IBC totes right here, and the goal is to get constant water pressure to the trailer so we can start using the sinks and the shower and everything inside the camper trailer. And I want to have just constant pressure plumbed from the water totes, not filling up the onboard water tank every time. So that's what we're going to get into today in this video. All right, so this is our current setup. We got two IBC totes. They're piped together, and then we have a T here where we can just fill up a bucket, wash our hands, and then this one goes to our little shower setup. I already started draining the system a little bit, but this is our outdoor little shower area. Okay, which on hot days it's nice, but when it's cold out, it's not so nice. Plus, we want to just start utilizing the trailer. That's why we got it. So I got some new parts. I got a different pump, and I got a sediment filter and a few other things. So I'm going to start by removing this stuff, getting it out of here, because I'm going to be relocating it and doing something different with that, and then starting to slowly mount some of the new equipment. I don't have all the parts, so this may be done in a few different days, a couple of videos, before I'm able to actually test everything. But that's okay, that's part of it. So yeah, let's get into it. I'll show you some of the parts that I have. Okay, so I'm making this backboard area for all these components. So we got the filter, the pump, accumulator tank, and then another filter. Still unsure about this one. This should make it more like drinking water and really pull out any kind of bacteria or any kind of things that could be in the water. This is just a sediment filter to catch any dirt, sand, things like that that could get into the tanks. So here's my idea. So I flipped this pipe, so now the valve is on this end. Okay, and then out of this end I'm going to do a 90-degree, come down, and then underneath, and then I'm going to mount that board to this up here. So it'll hang down quite a ways. Right here, there's Luna. So it'll hang down, and then everything will flow that direction. And then eventually come out over here, and then I'll have the water hose going to the trailer over there. And then probably do another line that comes underneath the cabin, so that we can get some plumbed water, pressurized water under the cabin, just to run a sink under there for dishes or washing hands or whatever. All right, and then I built a little, I don't know, water protector, I guess. I don't know what we want to call that. So just when it's underneath here and it's raining and stuff, obviously there's gaps, so water will fall down onto it. So I'm gonna try to protect it by putting this little lip on it. And then I also really quickly just put some of this waterproofing sealer right here. Just did a quick coat, just one over. Obviously I burned the wood as well, but it's kind of my general idea of what I got going on. I still need more fittings, all these fittings to connect all this stuff together. So we're going into town tomorrow, so hopefully I can get the fittings, screw all this down, plumb all this together, and we should be okay to test. So just a quick update of what I got going on with this, and yeah, we'll have more later on. All right, so we got more fittings and I kind of got everything pretty much ready to go. So we'll start here with the filter. This is where the water will be coming in, hits this sediment filter first, and then we have a shut-off valve right here. So in the instructions for this filter, it says to put a shut-off valve, and then you can open this valve right here and then drain everything out, and all the water coming in just forces all the dirt or whatever's inside here, helps force it out. You can also unscrew this and clean the actual filter, but this is just like a quick flush. So we added a shut-off valve, then it goes to the pump, then the accumulator tank. This just helps maintain pressure and helps this not work so hard. It's just a mini one. And then this is another shut-off valve with a drain. So if I ever need to just drain the system, like when we know like snow or frost is coming in, I can just open this up and help drain the system along with this one as well. And then it goes into this filter, which really cleans the water, pulls out bacteria, all kinds of stuff, bad taste, odor, sediment, bacteria, and much more, it says right here. So this pretty much makes it to like drinking water quality. Although we don't plan to drink this water, it's just for bathing and stuff like that. And then I have it going to another one of these Y fittings, and then one will be just the garden hose that's going to go all the way to the trailer. And then this one, I plan to reset up the portable water heater somewhere over there, and that way we can get hot water to a sink underneath the cabin here. So yeah, this is just pretty much it. I still obviously need to test everything. I did use a bunch of these small, just like little hose clamps, and they barely fit on a few areas. So there may be some leaking, I don't know. If it is, I can come back and just use the standard PEX line crimps. I just thought I'd try these out first since I already bought a bag of them and opened them up. And we'll see if that will keep it from leaking. And obviously, hose clamps are reusable. So, yeah. Okay, and on this end, this is kind of what I got. Another one of these Y fittings down to a 90. And then it's going to go underneath to another 90. And then again, this beam is where I'm going to mount the whole board and everything. So I'm going to go under here, mount it, and see how things look. Start putting water in and seeing where things are leaking and addressing that. And hopefully we have water pressure to the trailer later today. And with this system, so again, this pump has a flow switch or a pressure switch in it. So when it feels water pressure drop, like if you open a shower valve or a sink valve, it'll feel the pressure drop, and then it kicks on and starts feeding the system. That way we can just leave it plugged in continuously and always have water pressure to the trailer. And this will also bypass the water pump in the trailer. So there's two inlets on the trailer, which I could show you again. There's fresh water and then city water. So typically, or obviously, city water has pressure, where the fresh water is just a holding tank and it has its own, little mini pump that you turn on and off. So I want to eliminate that and have the trailer feel more just like, yeah, like it is connected to like full hookups. Like if you're at a campsite or something, you know, and we can just use water leisurely and not have to worry about keep refilling the fresh tank. Because I think the fresh tank is only like, I don't know, maybe 30 gallons or something like that. Where now we have, you know, about 500 gallons right here. Which I actually want to add 2 more totes, stack them up, and have a little over 1,000 gallons of water. But that's later on. That's going to be another day, another video. So let me hang this up. Let me get some water flowing through it and testing some things. And yeah, I'll show you the progress. Okay, so we got everything hooked up. I got it plugged in. Okay, I just did this real quick just to test things, but it's all hooked up. I ended up having to remove the hose clamps because there was leaks in all those areas. Oh, look, here's a leak right here. I might need to put something right there. Very small one, little drip. Not too bad. And then over here, so far everything seems good. Okay, and then again, just going to a water hose. I think I'm gonna put some clamps right here to hold the hose in place, but I'm just testing. And then just to test the system, I just got the sprayer. And yeah, it's got good pressure. And now that's, look at this storm rolling in. There's thunder going on over there. Ooh. This is monsoon right here. The last couple of days we've been getting a lot of rain, which is nice. But I'm taking advantage of what I can right now to get some work done. Okay, back to what I got going on. So this was the main difference in this pump. Once again, I know I sometimes repeat myself, but this pump has a pressure switch. So it's got power, and once you open a valve, for example, I'm just using this garden hose sprayer, the pump kicks on, turns off when you turn off the valve. So next I just need to connect this gray hose, which is right here, going to the trailer, and then test the system in the trailer, and it should just give constant power to the trailer. So I'm gonna do that next. All right, so I got it now hooked up to the trailer water hose. And over here I got it into city water connection, okay, which holds its constant pressure. I want to get more fittings for right here, so like I want to get like a 90-degree fitting right here, so it's the hose is not, you know, making the bend. I also need to get, I think, like a check valve, and I know I have a pressure reducer because the trailer itself can only handle so much pressure. Man, and this storm is rolling in. Okay, and let's move this really fast. And there it is. So normally, right up here, we would turn the water pump on. This is water pump, and that comes from the freshwater tank. But now we don't need that. Now the trailer is hooked up to constant water. The only thing we will do is come in and turn on the water heater for hot water. We need to bathe and stuff like that, whatever we need hot water for. So I label this a success. This is a step forward for us. Nowhere did we have constant pressurized water. So this is our first step to having pressurized water. Everything else we have to fill up, what is it? It's like a 5-gallon jug that just has a spigot on it, you know, and that's how we wash our hands, do dishes, everything like that. So now this is actually like I'm saying, a step forward towards I'm just feeling like we have something normal out here. Another thing we're going to be eventually adding is a dedicated outlet. So right now we just have, you know, just an extension cord, which is obviously busted right here. You can see exposed wires. But I want a dedicated receptacle out here that's waterproof, has a little covering, how some of them have like that plastic cover over them, and mount it somewhere right here so that the water pump and all of this under here has its own dedicated power system. We're not doing extension cords and all this kind of stuff. But that's going to come later on as we build up the solar system, add more batteries. I'm going to be adding more panels. So it's just the, you know, the slow growth of our homestead. But I'm also going to leave a link in the description for all of the parts and things that I use. Pretty much got everything from Amazon. Yeah, I'm excited. This is cool. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but you know, there's just so many projects going on and I can only do so much at a time. But appreciate everyone checking out this video and hanging out with us. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. A lot more videos going to be coming. Give us a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And we'll see you in the next one.